Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from Miami. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
20.
They'll try and pick up the first for Gore. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
They're going to go. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jared Davis able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
10. 0.
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Eluding the pressure right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. And the Detroit Lions hit pay dirt. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Dolphins set to get the football here on offense. It's a Miami team that's 5-6, 2 straight losses. Lost last week at Indianapolis, 27-24. Look, they got Ryan Tannehill back after the month-and-a-half absence, but he needs to really pick him up.
Yeah, he certainly does. You know, they started 3-0. So people were really excited. Then they got whacked by the New England Patriots. But all in all, when you watch their season and you go back through it, they blew a 10-point fourth-quarter lead in this game to Indianapolis. Remember earlier in the year at Cincinnati, blew a late fourth-quarter lead in that one. They've had those hiccups along the way, and that's caused the record to be what it is.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gore. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Now it's Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. Got a man. It's Amendola. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Tannehill now to throw. It's caught outright, Amendola. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
On 1st down, Drake. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's Tannehill. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To throw is Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
30!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Oh, look at this play call. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop. The Detroit Lions taking over here in just a second, and the Lions sit now, CD, at 4-7 after that loss on Thanksgiving to Chicago. So now it's losses in 4 of their last 5, and all of a sudden they've plummeted to last place in the division.
Yeah, they've had injuries in the offensive line. T.J. Lang has struggled throughout the year, one of their starting guards. Kerryon Johnson, their high draft pick running back, has a bad knee. He's been out. Marvin Jones, starting receiver, also out with a knee injury. So that really hurts Matthew Stafford and the weapons that he's looking for. Because remember, Golden Tate got traded earlier this year, who was another significant player for them.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford, 2 interceptions late in that loss to Chicago that were costly.
Yeah, and I felt bad for him on one of them because I thought his tight end, Michael Roberts, did not finish running the route. That ball was thrown for the back pylon. He let the defensive back bump him off the route too easily, and then the DB went and made the play on the ball. Michael Roberts should have been back there fighting for it.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Out to the flat for Ridder. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, here's Stafford. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to T.J. Jones that time. And it's third down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stafford looks to throw again. And he locates Luke Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain of 39 on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
To throw is Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. First and 10, Stafford underneath for Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, it's Stafford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a loose football. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, I need one. Set, 260.
Stafford on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play action. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. Back now in Miami. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sean Robinson getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. He's going to go for a big play down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 38. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Flush to his right. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
That's complete right around the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin 1st down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the end zone, Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. On 1st down, Stafford here. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff. Johnson. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. And out come the Dolphins now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Back to throw, Tannehill forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Tannehill on third down. It's complete to Graham. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And an alley to run. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Tannehill. And that one is caught. So they convert here and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing here, Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Stafford. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. A gutsy decision there going for it on 4th, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do